Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you're listening to the sound of my voice, this is Vent and Validate with Cray. This is a podcast for autism moms and dads or individuals with autism. This is a safe space to just vent and be validated. Now, I am the mom of 2 autistic geniuses, and I wanted to start this podcast for one reason and one reason only. Although we have autism support groups, they are wonderful. But I started to see that when parents would go in, moms or dads, it didn't matter, vent about their frustrations or just something that they were going through, whether it was something small or just something like really serious. I will find oftentimes that a troll would just filter on through to the timeline and bully this person or just say something really negative. And although you would have parents to jump in and defend them as they should, I just feel uncomfortable that would happen at all. Like, I felt like we were all in this together, and a safe space should be a safe space, period, right? So if I'm calling, or I'm sorry, if I'm writing a post about whether my son, smeared poop on the wall, or if, I had a hard time and I'm sliding down the wall doing an ugly cry, I'm doing my best. So I just didn't find it necessary for parents, or I can't even say if they're parents, but it was just random people. And moms and dads that follow these autism support groups, they know. Because if I've seen them, we all seen them if you're in the group. So, end of that's why I wanted to start this group. So this is a safe space, and all of your vents will be validated, basically. So here is the format. You vent your submissions. You go ahead and put your submission in. Follow us on Vandvalidate2.com. Go under the vent wall section. And another thing, you can be anonymous. No worries. Honestly, I want you to be anonymous. That way you know for sure, that your submission will not be followed. I wanted to make it as safe as possible. But we're going to have fun on this show, and we're going to get into some serious stuff. So no matter how serious or non-serious it is, just know that you're in the right place and you will be validated. Now, into a more serious thing. If you do feel like that you're having a really hard time, you don't have anyone to talk to, and I do mean like no one to talk to, I do have resources on my website, Vandvalidate2.com. Go under the resource section, and I actually have 2. One of them is an actual national hotline that you can call, and it's totally free of charge. Now, both of these sites, not only are they free, they're 24 hours. So go to the website and check them out. One is a national hotline that you can talk, and they'll possibly give you feedback. And the other one is catered to listening. So they'll literally answer the phone and ask you, I'm listening. Go ahead and tell us what's on your mind. Things of that nature. They're really nice. So you can choose one or the other, because we all, as we know, the support systems are low. And if you are, by any chance, you have a really large support system, I envy you. And I'm sure we all do if you're out there, and bless you, because oftentimes a lot of us, we really don't. And it's not that people don't want to support us. It's because simply they don't understand. And we can't really blame people for what they don't understand, because honestly, if you're not going through what we're going through, or have you have to have some type of interaction, or permanent interaction, or more interaction with individuals on the spectrum, or else it's just going to be like jibber jabber. It's going to be the typical route. Why why don't you just do this, or why don't you just do that? So you're going to hit those a lot in life if they don't really resonate with what we're going through. But that's another story, another topic, another show. But anyway, yeah. So those resources are there on the website. Also, if you want to be a guest, you can go ahead and hit us at Vandvalidate.com. Again, go to the vent wall and post your name, or if you have any topics you want to talk about as a guest, or if you want to hear some topics that you want me to cover, things like that. Also, I will be having guests on my show eventually, and I've had the chance to meet some pretty awesome moms and super moms and super dads. And when I tell you that these people inspire me, they really do, because not only are they going through what we face every day, they're trying to break barriers, and they're trying to make a voice for those who don't have a voice. And I found that to be very inspiring. But that's enough of that. But we'll hear from them later on. Also, you can catch me on Facebook. If you go down, again, Vandvalidate.com, go down to the bottom, you can click on the Facebook tab, and it'll go to my Facebook page. Also, you can catch me on WhatsApp. In addition to that, ventnow25@gmail.com. You can send me a submission there or a letter. Also, I am on YouTube. So I am at Vandvalidate2 at YouTube. I'm going to try and put that into my website as well. So we're going to cover a whole lot of things. But one thing I can promise you, that it will be a safe space. If anybody is going to come under fire, it's going to be for me. So you will totally be protected. I promise. So also, at the end of each show, I am going to do something called an affirmation. Affirmations are things that I hold near and dear to me. It's gotten me through a lot of things, and it basically boosts my day. So now it's going to boost your day, because anytime you wake up each and every day, or you listen to this podcast, I'm going to say it to you. So even if you don't say it, you're going to have to say it if you listen to my podcast, because you're going to have to repeat after me. Also, at ventvalidate.com, I do have an affirmations wall. Now, I do have the one that I'm about to read now, but I will be changing them out. So they will differ. They'll change over time. All right. So like and subscribe, and we're going to end it there. I want you to wait. No, we're not going to end there. So my next episode is, I kind of struggled with, what do I want to talk about first? And we're going to talk about daylight savings time, since that just occurred. That held very near and dear to me, because we just had it. Why not talk about something that we're going through in real time? I had an incident with my son this morning, and he was just having a hard time. And I got him to school finally. And this is the thing that we'll talk about later on in the show as well. Getting to know your fellow autism moms and dads, not just in the groups, but in person at your school, because those are the people that will hold you up, will hold each other up. I was going into the school, and no, I wasn't going in. I was coming out. So I finally dropped him off, and there was a parent coming in with his son. And I'm going to tell you, it melted my heart. I promise you, I was in such an icky mood, because I had to leave and immediately go into, professional mode. I had to go be somewhere at 9:30. So I walked by him. I didn't even say a word. I just gave him a look. Now, autism moms and dads, those who we sit amongst each other, it's an unspoken language. You don't have to say a word. You don't have to say a thing. a look, a gesture, anything, we automatically know. So I walked by him. I looked at him. Now, he was in the middle of I wouldn't say his son he wasn't acting up, but he was trying to direct his attention so that he was, go ahead and go into the schoolhouse. And I looked at him and he said, I hear you. Okay. You hang in there. And that hit different for me, because in that moment, I didn't have to say anything. I didn't have to do an ugly cry. I didn't have to do anything, not a hello or just a look. He told me that he hears me and to hang in there. And that's what being a family is about. Being able to know when your fellow parent is in trouble or distress. Now, some might say, well, I'm really not great at, talking amongst parents. I'm kind of shy. But this is the thing. In most cases, that's all who I talk to at this point, unless it's my family, because they kind of get it. I can get on the phone and talk to whoever I want, because if my son is in the back having a whole war cry, I don't have to worry about that person, getting upset about him, screaming, hollering. They can navigate with me or talk to him. It's just an unspoken thing with parents that go through the same thing with you. And I really want to beat that point in during this podcast. Like, you are not alone. And this podcast won't be for our children. It's for us. It's for our sanity. And it's and this is the thing. We maneuver through life because we have to. We have to push ourselves, because if we don't push ourselves, who will? Like, it's almost like we're holding ourselves up by our bootstraps, but we need someone to hold us up too sometimes. And on this podcast, I want to be the person to at least help to hold you up when you need someone to help hold you up, So with that being said, I want you guys to go ahead and repeat after me. And that will be our next episode, which is the sleep time with sleep. I'm so sorry that I just went on a rant, but that's just how it is. Now I want you guys to repeat after me. I am doing my best, and that is enough. My love, patience, and strength make a difference. Even on the hardest days, I'm the parent my child needs. And together, we are growing in our own special way. I love you guys so much. Hang in there. You are enough, and you are validated. I am Cray, and tune in to episode 2. Go ahead and hit that button. Episode 2. Bye.